Hi, everyone, and welcome to Management 623, Compensation and Performance Management. I'm Dr. Clarissa Steele. I am your instructor. Feel free to call me Clarissa, Professor Steele. You can call me Dr. Steele, but I think of myself as Clarissa. So if that's the way you'd like to address me in emails, that would be great. This is my cat, Jem. She's come to visit us while I'm making this video. I wanted to introduce you to the class and then help you get started on the class today with this video. So let's talk a little bit about what compensation performance management is. This is an upper level management course. It's usually directed to HR majors, but it's possible that you are not an HR major, and that's okay. Compensation is a specialty in HR, and it's actually one of the highest paid specialties. And so I often encourage students who are interested in this information or what we do in class, or if they like data analytics at all, that this might be an area of HR that they will be most interested in, or that they might want to consider going into, at least eventually in their careers. If you are not an HR major, or if this is not something you think you will be interested in, I think you'll still find this class really useful and very interesting, because we're going to talk about how compensation is actually decided within organizations, and that can help you to negotiate salaries, negotiate benefits, negotiate maybe even promotions within your career. The more you understand about how a company structures their compensation and their benefits and how they evaluate their employees, the more information you have to use to negotiate what you get from that company, or to negotiate an offer if you are starting into that company. So I think this class can be useful for everyone. Just to give you a little background on myself, I have a doctorate from the University of Missouri in organizational behavior and human resource management. My research area is actually in diversity, so I look a lot at gender and leadership within organizations, but I also have a subspecialty in perceptions of CEO pay. I have not worked much in HR in my past experience. I did work in HR briefly for Target, but I am certified by SHRM with the professional certification. So I do know at least the basics of HR, and I have helped some people with finding jobs in HR. And also I'm one of the co-advisors or co-faculty advisors for our SHRM club on campus. So I have a lot of direct contacts with people in HR, even though I don't necessarily have a lot of past experience in HR. Most of my past experience has been in research and working in school districts with research. So let me give you just kind of a layout of this class really quickly. We're really going to go over three broad areas of compensation. The first part of the class, the first 5 weeks, will be an overview of compensation and how compensation is tied to organizational strategy. The second part of the class, the second 5 weeks, will be about job structures and how we structure jobs within organizations to determine compensation. And then the final few weeks of class, including into finals week, we will be going over different kinds of ways that we motivate employees with compensation. So how we do appraisals or job evaluations, things like pay for performance. We're also going to go through the pay of special groups like CEOs. And then at the end, we'll talk about benefits. This class will be set up pretty regularly in the same format, except for test weeks. So the first few weeks before a test, every week we're going to have some videos that I'll make. There'll be short videos with some PowerPoints, and I'll post both the videos and the PowerPoints for you. And they'll be related to content in the book, although they may add information that's not necessarily in the textbook. We'll also have a chapter in the textbook each week, and then there will be a quiz tied to that. For each chapter in the book, I'm going to write you some optional notes that you can use as an outline that you can fill in while you're reading the textbook, so you get a sense of what I think is important, because not everything in the textbook we're going to cover in class. There's too much stuff in this textbook. So I think that will be helpful for you to kind of focus in on what's really important. We're also going to have an assignment or a discussion board post, depending on the week. And the assignments generally come from the textbook or are something that's of interest, and those things you'll turn into me directly. If it's a discussion board post, that's usually more about your opinion on something, or to have you do some outside research on the internet about a topic that may be of interest that's not covered in our textbook, but is related to compensation and benefits within organizations. And then finally, we'll have 3 exams in this class. The first one will be on week 5, the second one will be in week 10, and the final one will be during finals week. I'll explain how that will work. There will be a test window where you can take the test, and I'll talk through that as we get closer to the first test. I'm imagining this is my first time teaching this course online. And I know that some of you are going to be in different situations where you might be traveling, you're working, you have other obligations during the semester. So the way that I'm going to set up this course, and I can change this based on your feedback, which I'll be asking for a few times this semester, is I'll give you some optional, more structured deadlines for each week so that you can keep up each week. But then everything for that unit or for that part of the class that goes up to the test will not be actually due until the test week. So that gives you a lot of time if there's a week, say, that you're traveling or that you aren't able to get the assignments done on time, or say even the first week you don't get your textbook until the end of the week or even the next week. That's fine. You can turn things in and they're not considered late. But if you do have any problems, you can always talk to me if you think that you need to change your due dates because you're going to be traveling a lot. I can do that. I can be flexible, but I'd like to know ahead of time. Hopefully that's a good overview for you of this class. Your next steps should be to fill out, there's a survey link to help me learn more about you and also what you want to get out of this class. So you can fill that out. I will be the only person looking at that information. There was also a discussion board post where you can introduce yourself to the class. You can put in a picture if you'd like. You can make a video if you want. However you want to introduce yourself, that would be great. And then if you want to get started on the classwork, you can order the textbook. It's online. I have the link in the syllabus. And you should be able to just order it, and it's a digital copy, so you should be able to just start working on it once you actually have bought the book. Welcome to class. I'm looking forward to this semester, and let me know if you have any questions or thoughts, or if you're confused after this video what you should do next. Just let me know, and I will try to email you back pretty quickly. Thank you.